Hi family, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dorothy. My friends call me Doro. Today I want to show you guys how to make amaranth greens stir fry. So it's summer again, and where I live, amaranth greens just grow wild everywhere. Yeah, I live like near the farmers, and when I go for my walks I see amaranth greens everywhere. So from time to time I go out and kind of forage for amaranth greens, and I make food with it. It's not sold in any store. Back in Africa it's cultivated, and we buy it in the markets. Here nobody plants it, it just grows by itself and people don't eat it. So when I found it in my neighborhood, I was really excited, and I've been, every summer I go out looking for it, and I'm lucky each time I find it. So last summer I made a recipe with amaranth greens cooked in peanut sauce. That's a Cameroonian recipe. If you didn't watch it, I'm gonna link it up here so you can check it out. It's really delicious. Today I just want to make something simple, a simple stir fry, so that everybody can try it out. If you have amaranth greens where you live, you can totally try this recipe. It's simple and it's easy. So I have my amaranth greens already prepped here. If you don't know how to prep it, yeah, you can see how to do that in the previous video I did. So when you pick your amaranth greens, you pick the leaves out and just chop them up. You don't need to chop them really small sizes. Yeah, just rough chop them, boil some water, put them in there and blanch them for 2 or 3 minutes, and then rinse it out and squeeze it like this, and it is ready for use. So because you have already blanched them, you don't really need to cook this too long. Whatever you're going to cook this with, you have to cook everything until it's almost done, and then you can add this towards the end of your cooking. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to use to make this stir fry today. And yes, amaranth greens are a superfood. It's a good addition to your healthy diet. So this step of blanching and prepping it is really important, because just like spinach, amaranth greens are also high in oxalates. So you need to get some of that stuff out. If not, you're gonna have like a runny stomach or something. So you have to prep it like this first. So I'm linking that video up here that shows the details of how to prep it like this before you can use it. I've got some ginger, some garlic, and chopped onions. I got a bowl of tomatoes from my garden outside. So I did a video where I made a tour of my garden. If you want to see, I have a lot of herbs out there that I use in my cooking. So my tomatoes have grown and they're ready for use. So I just went outside and harvested these. I didn't have to buy tomatoes. Yeah, I have round ones and long ones, different sizes and different shapes. For this stir fry recipe, I'm going to be using chanterelle mushrooms. These are air dried, and a handful of soy curls. So because it's a stir fry dish, I'm going to prep my soy curls differently. So usually when I cook with soy curls, I just throw it in the food. Like soups, they have enough liquid to soften it. I didn't need to soften it before use. But for this recipe, it's kind of a dry stir fry, and these are really hard. You have to soften them first. So I'm gonna soften this with hot water and a bit of salt for flavor. Same with the air dried mushrooms. So this is my meat for this dish, and I have 1 miso cube. I'm just gonna scatter it in there and then add some hot water to break it up. My meat can get some sweetness. I'm just gonna cover this and put it to the side and let it soften for about 10 minutes. Now for my amaranth greens, I'm gonna just break them up like so. Guys, this step is also important because the amaranth greens have been blanched and they're already softened. So before you cook them, you want to make sure they're properly seasoned. So I'm gonna season this with some miso. I have the cube and the powder. I've got one tablespoon of miso powder. This step is so important because you can cook it and it doesn't have any flavor if you don't do this. So I prepped some things beforehand so the video is not too long, but I really wanted to show you guys my tomatoes from my garden. Amaranth greens, as I said, are a superfood. They're really good for those who want to lose weight. Yeah, it supports weight loss. It's also good for those with high sugar levels. It will help regulate your sugar in your blood, and it's also rich in potassium for those who are dealing with high blood pressure. I've chopped my tomatoes. So to cook this food, I'm going to use Planters peanut oil, just a little bit to coat my pot with. About a tablespoon. I'm going to go in with my onions. I'm going to go in with my ginger, garlic. You just saute that for about 1 minute, and then you can add your tomatoes. I'm going to season this. I'm going to go in with sage. This is from my garden outside. I just harvest it and dehydrate it and put it in a jar, and I use it in my cooking. Oregano, just a little bit. Some hot pepper, dried pepper that are ground. I'm going to add my meat mixture so they cook together. You notice my soy curls have become huge. They were really small when I started. Now they have, gotten bigger. I've not put any salt because I had miso in the meat mixture, so I'm going to taste if that's enough. A little more needed. I'm just going to use Himalayan salt. Just put salt to taste. I'm going to add a little bit of coriander, half a teaspoon, some onion powder, and some garlic powder. The goal is to cook this down until there's no juice in there, and then before you add your greens. While I'm waiting for the sauce to dry out, I'm gonna prep my cassava because I want to eat this with cassava. So I have some frozen cassava in the freezer. I just took it out. I got some water in a pot. I'm going to bring that to a boil and then add my cassava or yuca. You can see the water or the sauce has dried out. It's time to add my greens. Now I'm just going to mix everything together. After mixing everything, you just want to cover the pot for everything to heat through, and then it's ready. The water for the cassava just started boiling. I'm gonna put that in. So if you're using frozen cassava, you just want to put it in already boiling water. That's the only way to get it right. So do not take out your cassava and thaw it before cooking. It's just gonna get soggy. Take it straight from the freezer and throw it in a pot of boiling water and it cooks right. It's heated through, and you can see it's a dry sauce. It's ready. It's good. I'm just gonna turn that off. My cassava is also done, and it's time to try this delicious food. To know your yuca is done, you just want to put in a toothpick. When it goes right through, it's done. It usually takes between 12 to 15 minutes. Okay. That's all the yuca I'm gonna have. See, it's a dry sauce. As I said, there's no water in there. That's my bowl. Look at how green it is. Yeah, you don't need to cook it too long. We have so many recipes on how to cook amaranth greens in Cameroon. This is just one of them. The other one I did, that's another recipe. Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways to cook this. This is delicious. Let me try it. I just want to thank all those who are watching and sharing the videos and liking. Yeah, it helps the videos get proposed to other people. I'm grateful. And if you have not subscribed yet and you love my content, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like and share with others, so we can share, you know, the healthy lifestyle and everybody around us can benefit. Hot. I approve. This is so good. Please, you can check my playlists. I've organized them in playlists depending on whatever you're looking for. So if you go to my channel, you see videos, you see shorts, and then the next item on that same line is playlist. Click on the playlist and check out the different things I have. You might find something that you've been looking for. Yeah, go ahead, hit the like button. You're not subscribed yet? Hit the subscribe button. Thank you.